Are you struggling to make sense of what's really going on in the Toronto real estate market? Because some people are saying there's going to be a market crash and others are saying that home prices will just take off again, and you're just not sure when is the best time to make your move? Hi and welcome. I'm Arlene Monzar, a dedicated realtor in the Toronto market with over a decade of experience in the field. In this video, I'll be uncovering the pulse of the Toronto market by reviewing June sales stats and benchmark pricing. I'll also be reviewing the latest BoC announcement and examining key insights, because the numbers don't lie, and armed with this knowledge, you'll be empowered to determine your affordability, realize unique opportunities, and make informed decisions for yourself in this evolving and dynamic market. My goal is to help you achieve the home of your dreams, because my motto is, a happy home means a happy life. Firstly, I want to mention that I'm discussing the City of Toronto and not the GTA. Now, the City of Toronto is defined by the Toronto Real Estate Board, also known as TREB in this map here. The City of Toronto is comprised of 3 districts: Toronto Central, Toronto West, and Toronto East. And within each district are sub-districts that are comprised of different neighborhoods. For some of you who are watching, you may already be familiar with some of this content, but for many people who have not yet entered the real estate market, those who are relocating here, or perhaps the last time you bought a home was 25 years ago, this information may be new. Average price year over year. In this first graph, I'm comparing the total residential average price year over year in the City of Toronto. The latest average for the month of June, which is the light blue bar, stood at $1.152 million. While this average is relatively flat when compared to June of 2022, that's the light green bar next to it, when the Bank of Canada was rapidly rising the overnight rate, you can see that it's 6.73% higher than it was in June of 2021, when the interest rates were at historical lows. If you have any real estate questions that I can help you with, please feel free to either leave a comment or reach out directly to me. My contact information is in the description box below. According to TREB, the demand for ownership housing is stronger than last year, despite higher borrowing costs. With this said, home sales were hampered last month by uncertainty surrounding the Bank of Canada's outlook on inflation and interest rates. Furthermore, a persistent lack of inventory likely sidelined some willing buyers because they couldn't find a home meeting their needs. Supply, demand, and housing prices. In line with typical seasonal summer trends, the average price in the City of Toronto dropped slightly by 3.73% in June when compared to the previous month, as inventory slightly increased. In this graph, we're looking at the relationship between sales transactions, inventory, meaning those homes that didn't sell at the end of the month, and its impact on the average price. The average price for homes fell by just under 4% when compared to May. Inventory, which are the blue bars, increased by 11.5% from the previous month, while sales transactions, which are the green bars, decreased by 13.7%. Now bear in mind that as the gap between inventory and sales widens, prices tend to decline. Why did this happen? Well, most likely due to the onset of the slower summer market conditions and the fact that the BoC did increase the overnight rate by 25 basis points in June, which certainly created some uncertainty with buyers. SNLR Trend. I always look at the SNLR trend, which is the sales to new listing ratio, to determine what kind of market are we in. I use this percentage to guide client expectations. Now, when it's above 60%, we're in a strong seller's market. That means homes are selling really quickly, buyers are in competition, and more than likely buyers are having to go to bat several times before securing a home. It isn't until the SNLR trend is below 40% that we're in that slow buyer's market. This means we see a lot of homes that are on the market for sale. They're not selling, they're being deeply discounted or significantly negotiated on. This June, the SNLR trend was at 50.5%. So what does that mean? Well, we're in balanced market conditions, meaning some homes are being negotiated on while others are selling in competition. If you're finding this information to be helpful, I encourage you to show your support by liking this video and by subscribing to my channel, and I thank you for your support. BoC announcement. As expected, the Bank of Canada raised the overnight rate by another 25 basis points to 5%, despite the inflation rate decreasing sharply to 3.4% in May, down from 4.4% in April. Over the past several months, the leading cause of inflation has been the increasing interest rates. According to CBC, the Bank of Canada's own interest rate hikes are actually driving inflation higher, with a mortgage cost component of the CPI climbing 30% in the latest Stats Canada data. Francis Donald, Global Chief Economist at Manulife Investment Management, said, "If you take out mortgage interest rate costs, then inflation is running much closer to 2.5%. Basically, the past two increases in rates will continue to cripple households and also drive inflation up again. So when will interest rates finally come down? Well, when the price of oil decreases to about $65 US a barrel. That's when we'll start to see rates come down again." If you're finding this content to be helpful and would like more information regarding the Toronto real estate market, including a copy of these sales stats, please link to my website and download my free 2023 Toronto Real Estate Guide, How to Succeed in Today's Market. The link to my website is in the description box below. Benchmark pricing. So how far will your money take you in the City of Toronto? Here's a quick overview of benchmark pricing by property type. Benchmark pricing refers to the typical home with common attributes in a specific area, including factors such as lot size, square footage, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and bear in mind this will vary by district and neighborhood, but gives you a general idea of costs in the City of Toronto. The detached single-family home at $1.785 million was a slight year-over-year increase of 0.37%. The semi-detached home at $1.368 million year-over-year declined by 1.42%. The townhouse at $911,000 decreased year-over-year by 6.24%, and the condo apartment at $766,000 also decreased year-over-year by 3.02%. So how does this affect you? Well, I won't know until I review your particular set of circumstances. And since we always start with the numbers in real estate, you'll have to have your pre-approval letter from your lender first. Please bear in mind that the pre-qualification is simply insufficient because you cannot go home shopping with the pre-qualification. Are you looking for strategic real estate advice, whether you're buying or selling in Toronto? Regardless if you're that first-time home buyer, you're investing, upsizing, downsizing, or relocating here, please feel free to reach out directly to me and arrange a consultation. We can discuss your unique situation and develop that optimal strategy to get you from where you currently are to where you want to be in Toronto. My contact information is in the description box below, and I look forward to hearing from you.